involved on the floor right now, ladies and gentlemen. It is Garza Law. Tennessee basketball overtime presented by Marcos Garza and your Garza Law firm. Online at garzalaw.com. Tony Basilio reporting in the Raymere studio. Gillespie with 22 on the night. And I just got to tell you right now, for somebody that loves college basketball, and anybody that loves the sport has to appreciate how these two teams play. And I just want to personally thank both of them. The Vols win 76-73, a game Houston easily could have won. I mean, that was top-notch college basketball right there. Absolutely top-notch college basketball right there. Two teams that completely respect the game. Two teams that play so hard. Tennessee belongs on that stage with these guys. They went in the offseason and made some changes to their roster so that they could function in a game like this. And they've got a pretty nice crowd out there in Vegas, too. And C is among them. But that is just a terrific result. Just an absolutely fantastic college basketball game. Everybody gets 30 seconds to respond, then we go to the phones. Alex Myers, your voice hasn't been heard in a while on here. What'd you think of that game, buddy?
Just a Christmas gift for college basketball fans. Win or lose, that game's going to help you. And just truly, really, really impressed with how Tennessee functioned in that ball game. Gillespie and Amen. I know Amen didn't have a great statistical night, but a lot of newcomers that you didn't really know how they would play. Not only in a high-level matchup, but in one so physical. And I just come away really impressed with how Tennessee responded to that physicality. And I think you know that this team had the potential, but after a little bit of a slow start, you knew it would be a work in progress. To see them playing at that level this early, that's got to make you feel really good.
That's a hell of a coaching job to get those guys to that point in 5 weeks. And people wondering what the Crip games are for. That's what the Crip games are for right there. Ironing out your kinks and getting you ready for this spot. That's what the Crip games are for. Matt Dixon.
Yeah, just a great win. A great game between two elite programs that are just kind of built similar. Everybody gave you something positive tonight. You got down, I think it was by 11 early.
Yep.
Houston was making some shots and running some sets that took advantage of our overhelp on defense, but we locked them down for that 7-minute stretch there in the second half where they didn't score, and we just kept grinding, kept battling. Boswell was really good, all over the floor, turned some defense into offense at times. Amari Abrams gave you some good minutes in the first half. That's the type of game you brought Jalen Carey in for. You have true inside scoring now and options inside that can score, and your bigs are good passers, and that opens up a whole lot. And made your free throws late with your point guard and get a win. Going to be one of the better wins of the entire season.
And the truth is, we had Big Gulp on with us today, Justin Phelps, who said, who's calling the game tonight courtside. He's the announcer in the arena, and he was on Tyndall's staff, and he said, Tennessee, he said, I know the SEC is a rough league, tough league. They won't see a team as physical as Houston this year. I agree with that. You watch Houston play, Brian, and that is a hell of a win by our guys to hold up against those guys. Your thoughts, Brian? Then we go to the phones.
Yeah, and this will help you even if you lose this game. This helps you long term, and if you win this game, it really can position you to be at worst a 2 seed in March, maybe even a 1 seed. And what really gets me is the fact that both teams only committed 9 turnovers. That is excellent when you consider the pressure. And Gillespie, he stepped up and made all 9 of his free throw attempts late, most of them clutch situations. And Boswell, just one of the grittiest performances I've seen on both ends of the floor. He's definitely in the mix to get major minutes. I think what we saw tonight is an indication of what we're going to see when SEC play begins about who plays and how the minutes are going to be distributed.
No doubt. What a terrific basketball game. I mean, one of you said it. It is like an early Christmas present for those of us who love the sport. And I am so looking forward to watching this team grow. To the phones we go. We'll get as many people in here as humanly possible. Hello and welcome in on a victorious night where the Vols defeat this Houston bunch 76-73. Tennessee took the lead and held the lead for the final 13 minutes, essentially. Absolutely crazy. Just crazy. They went on an 11-0 run to grab the lead. And let's get our first call in. Hello and welcome. You're on the air.
Tony Basilio, it's Zach and Elizabeth, and
Hey,
it's
Zach.
not Nega Dave.
Welcome in, Zach.
And, hey, it's great to be, a Tennessee Vol. Dude, I am so psyched. I love what Boswell did tonight. I would almost like to give him a special award. I don't know if we can come up with a special award. But that team, when they were down 11 points, I kind of thought we might be, as the kids say today, cooked. But what you said was these last 5 games that everybody's been kind of poo-pooing and, a little bit. I've done that too. But this was a beautiful game. This is one of the best preseason wins, early season wins probably since the Gonzaga win back in 2018. And to do it against that Houston team, which I believe they're a seasoned team. How do you feel about that? That's a team that's got a pedigree.
Well, yeah, Houston's got 2 key players back from their national championship team or their national champion caliber team last year, and they've got 3 freshmen in there as well. And the one freshman is just, Matt and I were talking off the air about him. The Flemings kid is just a phenomenal talent. The guard, and he's a 4-star player. I'd like to see the 5-star guys at his class because that's one hell of a player. I think
Boswell.
It's a great win. I think it's a great win, just all the way around. And how about Boswell scoring 10 points in that game, man? And that putback he had after the dive on the floor at one end, and then just a rim-running putback. I mean, you got to be kidding me on the other end.
Who is this guy? And I'll tell you what, he's Bishop Boswell. He's BB. He's the king. He's BB King, and he's not. I was seeing a lot of Kentucky fans last night talking trash about how good what's his name Cam Carr is, but I'll take a Bishop Boswell. I'll take a guy that stays and fights. And this team has a great DNA right now. We got 2 or 3 guys back from last year, and we got a whole lot of great stuff from this off season. I'm so jacked right now. I had to work. I was watching the game at work, and it's as excited as I've been in a while. It's been a hellaciously great 72 hours as a Tennessee fan, and you have helped to make that possible. Thanks to you and Matt, Brian, and I'm just going to pass it to the next. I'm going to pass the mic. Let's go Vols.
Thank you, brother. Go Vols. Back to you. Passing the mic around on a Tuesday night where Tennessee wins. We'll have to wait and see the opponent. Don't ask me who the opponent's going to be. It's so damn complicated and confusing in terms of game time and the opponent. In fact, they don't have a game. They have a game tonight that tips off after midnight out here tonight. Alabama tips off after midnight. Hey, Matt.
Imagine doing that post-game show.
Well, you guys were doing it. But let's get our next call in. It's Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime. Hi, you're on the air. Welcome in.
Hello, y'all. It's William from Port Oglethorpe, Georgia.
Hey, William. Welcome in, buddy.
Oh, boy, am I happy to be a Tennessee fan today.
Incredible, William. It's incredible.
Number 3 team in the country, gone down.
Hey, Matt, what's crazier to you? Carey with 13 or Boswell with 10? Or Boswell with Carey with 13 or Boswell with 10? What's crazier to you, Matt?
Boswell with 10, because this is the type of game that Carey's going to play over Phillips and Estrella and maybe even like Parr some with the physicality. But Boswell scoring 10 is huge in a game like this. That's really that's the difference in the game.
Yes, it is.
They beat Houston without the 3 team in the country without really Ament getting 1 field goal, and that's it.
And I'll
that's
tell you
crazy.
something about Ament. He passed the ball so well and did so many other winning things tonight. He did not pout.
Houston's not the third best team right now. They might be come March, though.
Good call.
I mean, they're an elite program, but they're probably a top 15 caliber team right now.
Yeah. Yep. They had trouble closing that game out for a reason last night. That wasn't a fluke. But, William, are you fired up, focused, and prepared right now?
I'm absolutely fired up right now.
Are you pumped?
Absolutely, Tony. Woo!
So great, man. So great. So great, dude.
It's so good.
Pumped. I'm so pumped.
Same here, man. Woo! Whoever we get tomorrow, beat the crap out of them. That's all I gotta say. Let's go, Big Orange!
Whoa! 865-200-5402.
You know, I'll say this. The overtime they had to play last night probably could have factored into their long scoring drought in the second half of this game.
Did you say overtime, Brian? Because today we went an hour and 30 minutes in our overtime, and here we are back for more tonight. Why? Because we're the hottest welcome show in the show, and the hottest welcome show in show business. So we continue with more. I just was told by our producer that Nega David leads off after this. You're tuned to Garza Law. Tennessee basketball overtime, presented by Marcos Garza and my Garza Law Firm and your Garza Law Firm. Folks that live, work, worship with us, play with us in our community, work around us, not carpetbaggers. They're online at garzalaw.com. Your go-to law firm. DUI defense, criminal defense, personal injury, Social Security, disability, a myriad of other matters pertaining to the law. Don't play around. This is your life. Available 24/7 at garzalaw.com. Also, special shout out to our friends at WeShipFloors.com. We Ship Floors where the pricing's insane. The Supercore floor is the real deal Holyfield. And for right now, you're invited to head over to the website and take advantage through this holiday season. Ladies and gentlemen, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the sale. I'm talking about put the promo code Tony in and you'll get 45% off. Put the promo code NEGADAVE in for 35% off, and that's the sale going on through the holiday over at WeShipFloors.com. Shout out to Alan and the gang at We Ship Floors. Also, speaking of the holiday, ladies and gentlemen, my friends at Calhoun's, feed the family for the holidays. You got it. Hot and ready smoked turkey. You have a feed 5 or a feed 10 option, or hot and ready smoked prime rib. It's all fresh, it's all delicious, and you'll get more at holidayfeedpacks.com. Again, holidayfeedpacks.com. All the information you need. And we're also presented by our friends at T3 Vodka. Score a T3 every single time with Tennessee's premium vodka. Handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka taking our volunteer state by storm. T3 Vodka. Handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, but a way of life. Filtered 10 times, 80 proof. A smoothness unmatched. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka. And the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat on the rocks or mixing your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka, your choice for a premium award-winning experience. Hit a T33 and ask for T3 Vodka by name at your local restaurant or at your wine and liquor store. Distributed by Athens Distributing, and please drink responsibly. And speaking of responsibly, let's now get back to more on your Garza Law Tennessee basketball overtime. Who had the T3 of the game tonight, Bri? Who's your T3 Vodka 3 of the game tonight before we go to the phones?
I'll say the one that Gillespie rattled in that gave him a 4-point lead late. I think it was coming out of the under 4 timeout that it kind of rattled in and stayed down. I thought that was a big shot. It gave him a 4-point lead. It kept the pressure on Houston. And I don't think Houston led after they fell behind midway through the second half.
They did not.
So I'll go with that one.
Tennessee finished 6 of their last 8. 3 of their last 3 from the field. Houston 6 of the last 8. Both teams executed down the stretch. Tennessee made all their foul shots. Unlike Syracuse last night, it was 9 of 28. Really, Houston should be over 2 in this thing right now. to Matt's point. And they didn't handle the stretch last night well either. The Uzan guy, Matt, that long 3-ball he hit, or who was it that hit the long 3-ball? Was that Fleming's, Matt? Who hit the long 3?
Yeah, that was Fleming's.
God.
Yeah,
that guy.
That was impressive. He had some really good shots in the first half as well.
Yeah, he's a shot
maker.
Yeah,
he was really good.
I love this game though. Hey, credit to Zach in E-Town. He's right. This goes up there. This is on my Mount Rushmore of non-conference basketball wins in the Rick Barnes era. Now, checking in with us, our silent partner tells us tonight the following. The Vols need Maryland to keep it within 12 against Gonzaga, or Auburn to win or lose by 2 or less to make the championship game. Repeat that back to me, Bri. You ready? The Vols need Maryland to keep it within 12 against Gonzaga.
They need Maryland to keep it within 12 of Gonzaga.
Or Auburn to win, or at least...
Or not lose by more than 2 to Michigan.
That's right. And then if that happens...
Okay, I'll write that down.
If that happens, Tennessee will play Gonzaga or the Michigan-Auburn winner in the championship game, or as a consolation prize, if it doesn't happen, they'll get Kansas in the third-place game. We're going to know.
So they're going to finish in the money, right? They're going to finish top 4 at the worst,
yep.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Yep. They're in the money. Yep. Let's go back to our TLD Logistics phone lines. And as promised, through our producer's ear, it is Dave who's up next. Dave, welcome in. You're on the air.
Well, they just showed the stats, and it says pretty much we're in the catbird seat.
Meaning,
but we're waiting on somebody to play us for the championship.
Vols need Maryland to keep it within 12 against Gonzaga, or Auburn to win or lose by 2 or less to make the championship game.
Well, those 2 things aren't going to happen.
Well, that's what I'm being told.
That's what they said. Tennessee was in the catbird seat.
Oh, well.
Because okay, we'll see.
I mean, when you put together something that nobody understands, I can only go with the person that I trust the most on this stuff, who has a grasp of this stuff that's, literally he could split an atom. And I'm just going to...
So we got to have... So what you're saying is we got to have 2 different things happen, or just one of the 2?
No, 2 different things, because it's a floating bracket. Every game is related to every other game, and all these results are weighted, Dave. It's not... Matt, that's the thing about this field, is it's not a bracket play. It's something else, right, Matt?
No, but I saw the standings that Dave's talking about, and of the teams that are 2-0, Tennessee has the highest margin of victory in their 2 games combined. So I think if just one of those 2 things happen, Tennessee should be in the championship game.
Yeah, that's how I read that. That's how I thought.
Okay, let me read it again. The Vols need Maryland to keep it within 12 against Gonzaga, or Auburn to win or lose by 2. You're right. You guys are right. It was an or, not an and.
Right.
I'm tired, Dave. Thanks. I'm sorry, buddy. Thank you.
Buzz Williams could junk it up enough against Gonzaga.
Sure, they could.
Here's the deal. And I was talking to Tony.
I want you to celebrate this win, Dave. Give me the deal here.
Oh,
Dave.
God, yeah. Oh, yes, Tony. It's unbelievable.
Don't say what you said to me off the air, Dave. I still think
we're short a shooter, but we made enough plays to win, and that's great. And the thing about it is that Barnes saw right away that this wasn't a game for Phillips.
Yep.
And he could go to the bench and he could pluck that 6'8", 265-pound power forward off the bench.
You got it.
And that's huge. And that's if you look at our inside, let's see, Alcara had 9, Estrella 8, that's 17, Carey 13. That's 30. So there's 30 or 31. I think it's 31. 31 points. Your 3 guys inside. You go in a lot of ball games like that.
A lot, Dave. And I'll tell you what, this Boswell guy made a liar out of me. And maybe them too, because I don't know if they thought he could function like this. Him getting you 8 points in a game like this is, with his defense, is the equivalent of somebody scoring 14 to 16 points, a regular two-guard.
He got 10 tonight.
I mean,
Tony.
10. My bad. I'm sorry, 10.
And that steal and that spin move.
Oh.
I couldn't believe that was him. I thought that was Gillespie.
I couldn't either, because they look alike. They have the same hairdo.
And let me tell you something. He's your two guard, and I'm okay with it because let me tell you something. He's a lockdown defender.
Yes.
He's found a role. He's got a role, and he knows his role. His role is the Meshack role. It really is.
Yes, I agree with that.
And he actually might be a better shooter than Meshack in the long run, but I don't know. Hey, I'm gonna get off here. Great win. It's great win for NCAA tournament seeding purposes.
No doubt about it. Yeah, this is going to wear well. Thank you. In fact, Thank you, Dave. Playing in this tournament is great for that because there's not a bad game in the deal.
And you're going to get another booster tomorrow. If you win that game today,
Sure.
You get another game like that tomorrow that can even help you even more.
All right, so here's the question, guys.
So that's
And unlike some teams, Houston's not going to fall off and have a bad year. Like that's a top 10 team. They're way too good to have a bad year. They'll probably win the Big 12. Like the win's gonna hold up over the course of the season.
In the championship game, do we want the Zags or the Michigan-Auburn winner? Who do we want, Matt?
I'd actually prefer to play Gonzaga because that'd be a total contrast to what we just played. That'd be an up-tempo kind of finesse game where a game that you could really showcase Ament and Gillespie again. I would kind of like to play Gonzaga. That'd be another fun game.
And do you
give you a good idea of where your team stands against an elite team that plays a really specific way.
Once again, for those of you watching this, the championship game, the Vols need Maryland to keep it within 12 against Gonzaga, or they need Auburn to either win or lose by 2 or less to make the championship game. So they need Auburn to stay in this game, or they need Maryland to keep it within 12 against Gonzaga.
So it's one or the other, not both, right?
They need one or the other, right?
Okay.
But I guess if both those things don't happen, then who the hell knows what happens? If both those things don't happen,
they'll probably play Kansas.
They'll play Kansas in the third place game. That's right. Which, hey, that's not a bad consolation prize.
No, and we'd beat them because they're not. No. Their best players not playing.
We'll beat them. Back to our phones we go. I'll tell you what, it's a really enjoyable tournament. The television presentation of this thing is great. That play-by-play guy, I'm not really familiar with. He looks like Spike Eskin from The Rights to Ricky Sanchez. He's doing a really nice job. Robbie Hummel does a good job calling games. Candace Parker did a nice job with Bruce Pearl last night. I'm enjoying this thing, guys. And we had Big Gulp on today. Justin Phelps from Donnie Tyndall's staff. We had him on our daily show, and he was fantastic today. Back to our phones we go. Houston and Tennessee look just like each other now. Rick Barnes went out in the offseason and got that Carey kid for that exact reason. Tennessee went and got bigger at point guard for that exact reason. They learned from last year. They went and got that Gillespie guy so they'd be able to function better in that game. And that's a fact with my hand up, as Titans Bill once said. As we go back to our TLD logistics
I think,
on Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime.
Tony B, how we doing, man?
Yeah, go ahead, Bri. Make your point. Go ahead, Bri.
Yeah, I think you had Tennessee-Houston Elite Eight matchup from last year, a revenge game, and then you have Michigan-Auburn, I think, who met in the Sweet 16 last year playing right now. So this is sort of you can just see how elite these programs are that are in this thing.
Oh, it's very high level. Hello and welcome in to our caller. You're on the air.
Tony B, how's it going, brother?
Good, brother. Good to talk to you.
This is Zach from Claiborne County.
Hey,
I didn't get to watch the first half. I was at my daughter's basketball game, but got to catch a little bit of the end. And man, this front court is something. And obviously, Gillespie's really fun. Just the overall great team effort tonight. Something I noticed too. We really made our free throws down the stretch.
Yes. Yes.
Huge. So just I'm really impressed with what I've seen. I felt like this was going to be an ugly game, and it sure was. I'll be curious to see who we get tomorrow. But I felt like Ament, he got played physical tonight, which will help him in the long run. I really feel like, and just a great win from what I got to see, and so let's keep it rolling. We drained the swamp on Saturday night, and we're gonna kick Pavia's ass Saturday night too. Have a good one.
Keep it going, brother. Yeah, Pavia's family's really starting to annoy me the more I look into them. And his mom's kind of ratchet. Hello and welcome into our next call. You're on TLD Logistics. Our phone lines here on Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime. Hi.
Hey, Basilio, Bobby. Guys,
Hey,
good to hear you there. Thank you for being there. What a night. By the way, the caller right before me, I agreed on almost everything he said, but he said it was an ugly basketball game. I totally disagree. I think it was a great basketball game. I mean, I thought it was beautiful. It was exactly what it should have been. Two highly defensive-oriented teams that do now both have offensive players like that. That kid, the freshman, I just blanked on his name, from Houston, that's one of the best basketball players I've seen this year.
Buddy, that guy, that Flemings kid, put on a show tonight, man. A show.
Yep. And as much as he put on a show, our newly minted two-guard, I'm going to submit to the record that we do no longer call him Boswell, but we call him Bosswell, because he bossed every dude he had to defend tonight. He made them look silly. He was the best defender on a court full of incredible defenders.
That's pretty well put.
It was great. I mean, he had 3 steals tonight. Yeah. And how many times was he diving for loose balls, flying out of bounds, saving balls? I know we want a scoring too. We're used to that. I guess you could say Dalton Connect was one of those. It's okay to have a defensive too, as long as he can do what he did tonight. He was incredible. He was the best player on the court tonight.
The other thing is that when you start, basketball's changed so much, and it's almost a non-positional game. And so there will be times where, I look at, for instance, Ament, and he really is, he's a guy that could play any of the positions, and as the game slows down for him, you could see it. Now, look, he was over 4 tonight.
I thought he was okay tonight. I didn't think he was great.
They shoved him all over the place. He was fine.
He's little.
I thought he held up well. He's more wiry than I thought he was. He held up well out there.
Yeah. I think he's a little tougher than people give him credit for. They call him a finesse player, but I think he's pretty tough.
Yes.
He's still averaging almost a double-double. He gets a ton of rebounds. He made the little plays, like that one follow-up play when Boswell dove on the floor, Gillespie took it up, tried to dunk it, got blocked by the rim, basically, and then Ament put it back. That was a huge play in the game, a massive play. So, Tony, I know you got people behind me, so thank you again for your time. Happy Thanksgiving. I'll leave you with this. That physicality that Tennessee represented tonight was something I did not expect to see from them against this type of Houston team. Tennessee and Houston tonight played a Final Four level basketball game, and it's the best early season game I've ever seen Tennessee play. See ya.
Amen. 865-200-5402. Really a special game. A couple things. The play-by-play guy, Brandon Gowden, I knew I was familiar with him. That's a Braves TV play-by-play guy. Now, I would really know that if the Braves games weren't blacked out. But that guy also does games for the Big Ten on NBC. He's really good. It's nice to not have something that doesn't have the taint of ESPN all over it. No offense to Jimmy Dykes, Matt, but it's kind of fun to listen to basketball without him bloviating all over it. No offense to him.
He's no Chip Carey, though.
No offense to him. Championship game, guys, tomorrow night is at 9:30 Eastern time. Third place game is at 7 o'clock Eastern. Alex, are you coming over for the championship game post-game tomorrow night? Will you be here?
Got to smoke a turkey about 5:30 on Thursday, so I may have to exit stage left early on that one.
What do you got? Smoke a J-bone? What do you mean got to smoke a turkey?
I'm on family duty for smoked turkey. Hey, can I make one point about this tournament? You talk about the announcers. Gon's a total pro. He's done like NFL stuff, I think, too. But it's also nice, just some of the little things about this tournament. Like, we're not playing in like a conference center, like some of those things down in Atlantis or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not seeing players slip all over the floor. Like, it's just from the presentation to the arena to the setup to all of it. It's total first class for a lot of these things are kind of money rigs. It feels like when you're watching them. This thing feels like genuinely like you're watching an NCAA tournament game, and I appreciate that.
To the phones we go. And by the way, Auburn is getting their kingdom torn down early in this game. As we go back to our TLD Logistics phone lines, it's Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, guys, it's Music City Sam.
Hey, Sammy.
Well, that was fun. The thing I take away from this game is last year in the Elite Eight game, our two, Ziegler and Lanier, shot like 20%. Tonight, Gillespie and Ament combined for 25%, and we still won the game. This team has so many more answers than last year's team did, and it's really exciting to watch.
I could not agree with anything more than that. The options and the combinations with this team, and Matt had a great point. You know, Carey tonight was his game. Tomorrow it might be Phillips' game. Estrella, seeing him out there and seeing him go. And then the mixing and matching in the backcourt. And then the defense and everybody tonight contributed in that game. Everybody that stepped on the floor, I thought, had a positive contribution tonight.
And let's not forget the team got down 11 points. Yep. At that point, you didn't think they were built to come back against that type of team. And they just chipped away, got close at halftime, and then came out and really played well defensively in the second half. It was really impressive to watch.
Pretty amazing, isn't it?
And those announcers were awesome. I can't remember the context, but the one guy kept trying to hammer about the Cougars on the Las Vegas Strip. And that gave me a good chuckle, so props to them.
Well, that's that crazy Adam Lefko guy who's an absolute nut, the halftime announcer.
Oh, man. But, yeah, man, this is going to be a fun team to watch this year. And as long as we keep them, it was nice to see Ament. He obviously knew he was off on his shot, and he did not try to force anything after a certain time. Because he started off 0-for-4 in the first probably, 5 to 7 minutes, and he didn't really take that many more shots. He got other people involved.
I love his game tonight. To me, when you're a guy like that, and thank you, Sammy, great talking to you. When you're a guy like him and you're a 5-star and it's not going your way and you're on a stage like that, you might want to press. Not him. Not him. I'm really impressed, Matt, with this entire team. That blows my mind how far they've come in 4 weeks. That's a hell of a coaching job. That team we saw against Duke, to play at that level tonight, that's a month ago.
Well, they were pretty good in that first half versus Duke when they were really playing, and then they just kind of did whatever in the second half for whatever reason. But it's, 2 good points. Ament can impact games in a positive way, even when he's not scoring. Mm-hmm. And for a 5-star freshman, like you said, to be able to do that is really impressive and speaks to his maturity and probably why Barnes was so high on him. He sees that. So that's good to see. So even on the nights where he's maybe he is inefficient as a shooter, he can still get to the rim. He can pass it and do a lot of things. So, that, and then the other one is we've gone a number of years where we've had literally no inside scoring threat at all. We can't get easy buckets outside of like a lob to Akpar last year. And this year, it looks like our inside scoring is actually going to be one of the best in the country. And we have multiple options that can do it. And that's just a huge change, and that opens up so much. And our bigs can pass the ball. We held up on the glass tonight. Offensive rebounding is going to be an elite. You might be the best in the country at that, and that's so huge in these games and in tournament games especially.
So Michigan right now is really putting it on. They're kind of smothering this Auburn bunch, and Stephen Effin Pearl is effing. It's 21-10. Auburn continues just to turn the ball over, empty trip after empty trip. And one thing I wonder is we needed Auburn to keep this game close. I think was one of the things. This is probably not a good result for us. So I don't know.
Imagine having to root for Auburn and Stephen Pearl.
I know. I'm very confused.
We need a KD Johnson heat check.
Back to the phones we go on our Garza Law Tennessee basketball overtime. We get back to those busy phones right after this. We'll get you back momentarily to another action-packed episode, or this action-packed episode of Garza Law Tennessee basketball overtime, presented by Marcos Garza and the Garza Law Firm, online at garzalaw.com. Special shout-out to our friends at TLD Logistics, who provide your phone activity. My friends at TLD Logistics are online at tldlogistics.com. Whatever your shipping need, TLD Logistics has you covered. Also, a special shout out to Waterside Contracting. Maybe you have a dream. Maybe, this wintertime you're starting to think, I need to buy some land. I need to build on it. Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true for hundreds in our area. Whether it's custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Check out the website, Waterside Contracting, LLC.com. That's Waterside Contracting, LLC.com. Quality without compromise, Waterside Contracting. When it's time for a fresh coat of paint, look, you're not going to run. You're not going to walk. You're going to run. That's what I'm trying to say to Walker's Painting. Walker's Painting, interior and exterior. Walker's Painting, making it beautiful since 1999 across our Knoxville area. New construction, repaints, commercial, free estimates available. And get this, mention you heard about it right here on Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime. 10% off your first job. Let's go! Run. Don't walk to Walker's Painting. 865-688-1410. That's 865-688-1410. Walker's Painting. You can check out the link if you forgot the number on our website over at tclub.team. And one other note for you before we get you back to the action. Living Vol fan, make Alumni Hall your one-stop shop for the Vol fans on your shopping list this holiday season. Come on, there's nothing better than your favorite Tennessee gear under the tree, whether it's a nice polo shirt or a new hoodie or something for that man cave. Pop in and see my friends at Alumni Hall, and pop your friends with something new from Alumni Hall, the best selection of Tennessee gear. Alumni Hall, 3 Knoxville locations, also in Bristol, Johnson City, Murfreesboro, and alumnihall.com. It's easy to have a big orange holiday. Happy holidays from everyone at Alumni Hall, the ultimate Vol shopping experience. And now let's get back to another award-winning, action-packed episode of Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime. Fired up, focused, and prepared with you. Tony Basilio reporting in the Rainier studio, moving right to left across your device. It's Alex Myers who will be in the host chair during this year for several of these games, including into the league season. Matt Dixon is with us tonight, as well as stalwart on here, star stud and stallion many of these years, running with us through multiple seasons, multiple runs, multiple ups, multiples downs, but he's always there. And, of course, the postman. He delivers whether it's in the rain, the snow, the sun, the shine. His name's Brian Hartman. The postman's in the house tonight, Brian Hartman. It was Carl Malone. It's now Brian Hartman. We're going to go back to the phones as Auburn and Michigan right now, and then later on tonight, the Zags. Who the Zags have, guys? Is that Alabama late night? Is that right?
No, they have Maryland, I think.
Maryland.
Oh, they beat the Gumps last night.
The Gumpies.
Yeah, Alabama plays UNLV like at 11. I think it tips off at like 12:30 a.m. Eastern.
Okay, here's the deal. the way this is going to work now, and I'm being told Michigan is locked into the title game if they win by 3 or more here. They're going to have the first leg into the title game. And looking at Stephen F. and Pearl's coaching, Matt, I would say that's about as close to a lead pipe cinch as known to mankind. No offense to Stephen F. and Pearl. The Vols are going to rely on Maryland to keep it within 12 against Gonzaga if this continues. But who knows? Tennessee's game didn't look good early, and they staged a comeback. So back to our phones. It's Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime. You're on the air. Hi.
Hey, Tony, it's Marty.
Hey, Marty, welcome in.
I hadn't got to watch the Vols until tonight. Can you? I know you've gone on this before, but I think we finally got an aircraft carrier, which I've been wanting for years. Can you tell us more about Kerry's background? I think they mentioned his brother played for Duke and his dad was in the NFL. Is that right?
Kerry's a transfer from Vanderbilt who was really good against the Vols in both games. He's a guy who, when he came to camp, they were underwhelmed because he was a little bit out of shape. It's taken him a while to round into shape. He's going to be more playable in some games than others. But tonight he was huge in that game. And he does come from an athletic family.
What year is he listed as?
He's a second-year player. Is that right, guys? I think that's right. I think
he was at James Madison and followed the coach to Vandy.
He's got 2 years.
This is his third year.
Yeah, he's got 2 years. That's right.
He was a junior. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. All right, buddy. Thank you.
And by the way, I found out yesterday from a source there working on some Vanderbilt football stuff that he got into a skirmish with the Byington guy last year, which is why they were kind of glad to see him go. I don't know if I can put it that way, but that's the way I said it. So back to our phones we go. Tennessee either needs Auburn, if they want to play in the title game tomorrow night, to either win this game or get within 3 of Michigan. And it's 26-16 right now. Or they need Maryland to keep it within 12 against Gonzaga. Brian Hartman, are you staying up and watching the nightcap?
Well, I don't know, but I think they should. I think the Vols should try to find a way to suit up Kerry for the football game Saturday against Vanderbilt. He'll be extra motivated.
Back to did you say extra motivated, Brian, or
extra motivated?
Sound like you said. Hey, what did it sound like to you? He said there, Alex Meyer. Sound like you said extra motivated. Is that a Freudian?
As you would say, Tony? Interesting.
Hello and welcome in. You're on my Garza Law Tennessee basketball overtime presented by the great Marcos Garza and your Garza Law firm. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey Tony, it's Jack.
Hey Jack.
I'm gonna pump the brakes just a little bit. I don't think this Houston team's that good. I mean, from what I've seen them play this year, they're not the team that everybody thinks they are. You got a Stephen Pearl-led Auburn team that nearly beat them. I mean, is everybody forgetting about that? And then they're getting run out of the gym out here against Michigan.
Okay, that's what you drew from tonight's game. I mean, more power to you, man.
I mean, and Nate Ament was he was not ready for that moment tonight.
No, not ready. He's not
no,
ready.
No,
he can't play. He can't play.
He stood there like a statue.
He can't. Nate Ament
he stood there like a statue. Other than Berg, he was the worst player on the court.
He can't play. He can't play. This is what you draw from this game tonight.
He was the worst player on the court tonight, other than Berg.
A glorious basketball game.
Go back and look at it.
Two teams going at it the way they went at it, and this is what you draw from. Why do you watch sports?
Absolutely.
Why? I'm asking you
why.
Why
do you watch sports?
Well, you're out of here. I'm sick of that. Okay. I'm working long hours. I'm sick. I ask the questions around here, not you. Hello and welcome into our next call. You're on the air. Ripping and meant after that game tonight.
Mom?
Yeah, welcome in.
Hey, man, it's Boy Billy from Harriman.
Hey, Boy Billy, welcome in.
Hey, man, I know you ain't never heard me call in about basketball, man. I've been a football guy on your show, but, I mean, when it comes to hoops, I know ball, man. I was a player back in my day.
Say? Guaranteed.
Hey, and I got to say, man, great win tonight, big win. And my synopsis, like I've been seeing over the years, man, Barnes, he's a great recruiter. He's a great developer of talent, and he's good at getting those guys in shape and doing that VersaClimber and giving good effort. But I got to say but, Tony. This end of the game coaching decision-making is ridiculous. It's atrocious, man. Giving up those easy buckets repeatedly when they was up 4, and they only had 5 fouls, and they didn't use their fouls. They didn't manage the clock, didn't put them in the 1-and-1 when they was up 4. I mean, I got NBA League Pass, man. I bet all day, all night on hoops. This end of the game stuff, I mean, NBA's got to figure it out. These coaches know how to manage it. And I'm not trying to be negative, but this end of the game stuff, man, the way he's managing it and managing fouls and not fouling and, letting them get a 3 when he could put them on the line and, kill the clock and then put them on the line again and then force them into a 1-and-1. I mean, that could come back to bite him. It didn't tonight, but he left himself exposed to go to overtime, man. And just when you got a lead like that, you got to know how to manage at the end. And that's my one thing with Barnes, man. In the game, he just ain't managing it as good as he could. I hope he gets better, but I mean, it's hard to teach old dog new tricks. You know what I'm saying?
Matt Dixon, what do you think of that gentleman's constructive criticism of Barnes?
There's some truth there. A little too nitpicky. The play where they had the inbounds where they went back to Boswell on the baseline where he nearly was still out of bounds when he caught the ball was kind of unforced. Made that harder than it should be. It looked like Barnes was upset. Gillespie fouled the guy with about 5 seconds left. He wanted to maybe take another second or 2 off, but after that they had trouble getting the ball inbound and had to throw it back to the inbounder who had just a desperation heave. So they didn't get a good look. I mean, I think the kind of rule of thumb is when they cross half court, you foul them when you're up 3 there, but they didn't get a good look there. So there's always things to improve on, but you found a way to get your two guards on the free throw line, and they made your free throws late to win the game for you.
I love that this team found a way tonight and really was put through the ringer. That's why playing in this tournament is going to make you a better team, boy, Billy.
Hey, man, I agree with all that, man. Hey, there's good games, good competition. This tournament, as screwy as it is, man, I mean, you get a bunch of good teams together, put some money on the line, people going to watch, people going to try hard. It's something to watch,
Yep, no doubt about it.
Hey, I like it. I just want to see him manage into the game better, man, because, if that guy hit a half-court shot and we're going to overtime, I mean, we didn't have to be in that spot, man. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here, bro.
See you, brother. Good talking to you. We have a $49 super chat over on YouTube, Matt. $49.99. It's from NECA Dave. And NECA Dave said, Bishop Boswell shot down my face and all over Nega Dave's face tonight, who said that he couldn't play. That's where we are, Matt. Matt, what did you think of me snapping at that caller that came on here with all that negative nonsense after that game? I mean,
that was Wartburg, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got no time for that, Wartburg. I'm sorry. I got
he
no
might
time
show
for
up
that.
at Calhoun's and whip your Italian ass on Friday.
Hey, Wartburg, you and whose army, big boy? You and whose army?
I actually thought his comment about Ament,
right?
I actually he made a point about Ament not playing well, and kind of ironically, Ament not playing well is actually one of the things that impressed me, because I don't remember a game in a long, long time where I feel like I have learned more and felt better about more guys in one game. Because Ament, what he's able to do shooting on the good nights, athletically he's there. But the big question is physically, how can he hold up? Because he's rail thin. And yet he didn't score a lot. But like even in the second half, there were a couple of times where even against that physicality, he drove to the paint and got fouled on his way in. Mm-hmm. And if they wouldn't have called the foul, he didn't lose the ball. I mean, he made his way in there, which was maybe that's sheepish of me. But to me, I was encouraged by that. To me, Boswell on that one sequence when he dove on the floor and punched the ball forward, and then Ament followed up with the putback. I mean, I called you, Tony, and I said, I think he just won over the fan base with that play right there. Like, Tennessee fans will go to war for a guy who gives their body for the love of the game. And Boswell did that. And a guy like Carey, who I've been kind of critical of, I don't know how many minutes he's going to get consistently.
Yep.
He proved he belonged in a game like this. Somebody mentioned it earlier that, you needed a guy like him last year against Houston. He proved it to me. And then, I don't know that he proved a lot to most of us, because I think most of us knew this, but certainly Gillespie's had his detractors early in the season when he's kind of had off games. But I kind of think he quieted those people, saying, hey, when it's on the line, this is the type of guy that every other fan base is going to fear and dread playing when they see the bracket reveal in March, because you do not want to play a fearless guard like Gillespie, because that's what he'll do to you.
And the reason I ripped Wartburg is very simple. There was nothing constructive coming out of his mouth. And that's why I asked him why he watches sports. Because when you watch a sporting event like that tonight, and the only thing you can do is bitch about and say, well, this guy can't, and that guy can't, and this guy can't, and that guy can't, you can't talk much longer on here. Okay? So let's go back to our phones. I ain't going to sit here and listen to that. So we get our next call in on Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime. Hello, you're on the air. Welcome in.
Hey, Tony, it's Kevlar.
Hey, welcome in, brother.
Tony, I can't believe it. We just beat the number 3 team in the country on a neutral floor. And the last 2 callers that have called in, the first one was basically ripping the team, and the second one had constructive criticism. I just can't believe it. Like, why would that be one of the first things you want to talk about after beating the number 3 team in the country?
Well, that's a good point.
It's crazy.
Yep.
I just had one stat I wanted to bring to you, and Tony, I'm going to need a good after I say it. Right. Gillespie played 38 minutes tonight against the best defense in the country, had 0 turnovers.
Bingo!
0.
Bingo! That's incredible, man.
Anyway, thank you, Tony. That's all I got.
Thank
you. Go Big Orange.
Go Big Orange to you. We ship floors. Allen said it best. There's a lot of talent on this basketball team. WeShipFloors.com. Allen says it. He's right. Try this on for size, guys. Tennessee had their second highest offensive efficiency in a basketball game in the last 3 years tonight against that Houston team. The only other game where they had a higher offensive efficiency was 2 years ago when they scored 103 in Korup Arena. That was it. Tonight's game against Houston, where they netted 76 hard-earned points. And he talked about the turnover numbers. Tennessee only turned the ball over 9 times in the game, 5 times in the second half in money time. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Hit 47% from the field, 29% from three-point land. Houston, 38% from three-point land. Both teams dead even at 9 turnovers each. The Vols got 10 points off Houston's turnovers. Houston got only 4 off Tennessee's turnovers. And Tennessee did a really nice job tonight, late in the game, of not allowing Houston to get easy looks at it. In the first half, you cannot say that. In the first half, Houston was able to get out and transition. Houston's got that interesting thing they do, Matt, because they're an offensive efficiency machine, because they're either scoring in their fast break or they're really, really good generally in their half court. Now they're going to have to round into shape watching this tournament, but you can see why they're up there each year in those numbers.
Yeah, they create a lot of live ball turnovers, yep, which most of Tennessee's were kind of like self-inflicted throwaways where you're overthrowing a guy or throwing the ball out of bounds. So, you can't let, even though it's a turnover, that Houston can't score off of it. So, but yeah, Houston was really good in the first half. They were doing some of those like longer cross-court passes to create open looks. And then it looked like a few times they kind of just cleared out one side of the floor and dumped it down low to a guy on the block. So our help defense couldn't get over there, and they just made some nice one-on-one moves. They hit some big shots in the first half that they kind of went away from. But no, that's a really good team, one of the elite programs in the country. I mean, they really were right there with Florida for the national title last year. They're an elite three-point shooting team. That's one of the things that Samson's kind of adapted to here the last couple of years, because they used to be kind of that Virginia way where, they wanted to muck a game up and win it in the 50s. but now they do have some offensive firepower. I'm not sure their inside presence is near as good as it was last year, at least at this point, and that's probably the biggest difference in the game. I mean, Tennessee dominated inside, and that's been such a weakness for Tennessee scoring-wise. Really, I mean, I guess even going back to maybe Fulke was the last true inside scorer we had, and that's been a number of years ago. And this team's got 3 or 4 guys who can do that.
One of my favorite college basketball games, non-conference games I've seen in a long, long time right there tonight. Somebody said it earlier. I put it right there with Gonzaga. Is that in 2017, guys? Is that right? That game in December, or was it 20?
That was the 2019 season.
2018.
Yeah, the 2019 season.
2018.
And that Gonzaga team might have been ranked number 1 at the time.
Yeah, they were pretty damn good. Now, they were loaded.
I think they were.
Michigan leads 43-24 with 4:25 to go in the half.
Did you say that game
so
was in
I think we can forget about
2019,
we
guys?
can forget about them keeping it within 2.
Well,
it's 43-24 Michigan.
I tell you what, Stephen Pearl, though, they've got the live mic on him, and, boy, he's going to enjoy his year and a half coaching that team. Hello and welcome into our next call. You're on the air.
Tony, it's Mark in Chattanooga. How you doing, brother?
Hey, Mark. Good to talk to you tonight.
Man, I'm right there with you. I put this win just a notch above in terms of regular season non-conference victories above that Gonzaga win. I think it was in the 2018 portion, yep. And then, of course, finished out in 2019 in March. But I agree. This win was huge. Can't say enough how important it's going to be in terms of seeding down the stretch. It seems like we're always just a cusp under that 1 seed line, and that this kind of win could help propel you to finally get that first coveted 1 seed in Tennessee basketball history.
I totally agree with that. And look, we're here. Why not finish off this thing 3-0 tomorrow, whether it's in the championship game or out there for 3rd place? Beat every opponent they put in front of you in this tournament, which is really a who's who in the sport that's in this thing.
No, absolutely. And I think you arguably took down the top dog in this thing today. Gonzaga would present a challenge, but I think the way we kind of approach teams defensively, we could really muck them up and out-physical them down the stretch if we end up drawing them. And like you said, if we happen to be Kansas, I'm very confident we would win that game convincingly if we did happen to draw Kansas. But that would be a great 3-0 stretch full of resume-building wins that will help propel you down the stretch of the season. Can't say enough, man. I think Rick Barnes has nailed this transfer portal thing. He just continues to strike gold in the portal, adding pieces that fit like a glove right into the team culture and just the level of excellence that Rick Barnes demands. Really, really thrilled with getting this win today. I wanted this one bad, boys. I'll continue to listen. I appreciate you taking my call. Go Vols.
Thank you, my man. Go Vols to you. NECA Dave over on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, is putting on a show. We have about 300 people in there alone in our YouTube room tonight, which is a huge number over on YouTube when you're live. At least they tell me that. Houston led for the game, 26 minutes, 23 seconds. Tennessee led 13 minutes, 4 seconds. Tennessee only led for 23 seconds in the game at the 13-minute mark of the game. And Josh Carter, Super Chat, says Auburn is so tiny looking. SEC outside of Tennessee and Bama has not looked good early in the year. Do you guys agree with that? Matt, are you with that? Or do you want to give a shout-out to our neighbors to the north at Kentucky for the late, great Keith Hatfield, Matt?
No, I think it's pretty fair. The SEC, I mean, last year the SEC was like unreal dominant in the non-conference early in the year, and this year they're not even close to that. They've suffered a number of losses, but none by Tennessee though.
How many teams does Jimmy Dykes have in right now, Matt? In real time, what do you think when he's plotting in his basement in West Knoxville?
Probably 13 with a 14th in one of the play-in games.
I think he's got 18 SEC teams in, right?
Back to the phone. He's got Tulane in. Back to the phones we go, and
Georgia Tech.
Thank you, W. Lynn. Back to the phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on a holiday edition, and as Big Boy Christmas is what that was tonight for the Hoops fans, because that was a hell of a game. Hi and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, it's Eric in San Antonio.
Hey, Eric, welcome in.
Hey, you actually called in to ask if Nega Dave had called in yet.
Nega David called in. Yes, he did.
Oh, he did. Did he? Is he eating crow yet after his Tennessee State rant the other night?
Nega David.
He said that we would barely beat Rutgers, and he said that we'd get blown the hell out by Houston.
Nega David was excited tonight. We like Nega David. He's like an open sore is what he is.
He's like part of your whack pack. Let's just admit that.
Well, that's
I
a
mean,
good
if
point.
you're Howard Stern, he's Beetlejuice.
That's a good point.
Okay. I also want to kind of remind some of the damn people on here about 5-star Nate Ament. First of all, kid's super talented. There's no question about that. Kid's still growing into his body. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, hell, he's a whole foot taller than I am. He weighs much less. You know, give him time. I mean, as your co-host said, I mean, sacrificing his body on the drive. I mean, I appreciate that.
Couldn't
At
agree
least you're
more,
trying.
man.
It's not like Milicic last year.
I couldn't agree more. Could not agree more.
You know, right now I say, you know, so far this week, guys, I want to end with this. It's Vandy week. Juwan Jennings set the tone last night.
Yes, he did.
Kerry with the tip in at the end of the game there was super crucial. Can't wait what the rest of the week holds.
Oh, the Pavias are in trouble, and I'm popping my peas on purpose. Thank you. 865-200-5402. Ethan, super chat over on YouTube says, Matt, field this, Alex. Our front court the next 2 years is going to be a nightmare for everybody. You got Estrella, you got Phillips, you got Carey, you got Brown. Good Lord, he says, Alex. Do you agree?
Yeah, and the beauty of it is a guy like a Mint, the one and done guys, like all those guys that you just mentioned are guys that are like 3 and 4 year guys in college basketball. And in the modern day, you can't place enough value on that. That's the beauty of it.
By the way, Maryland is missing 2 starters, and they're already a bad team. Buzz Williams, though, will muddy up tonight. Here's the thing for Tennessee, Matt, and why they were so efficient tonight. There were only 60 possessions in the game tonight, and Tennessee scored 76 points on 60 possessions. That's insane in your membrane for the Vols tonight. Think about that.
Yeah, and really impressive after you got off to a slow start too. So yeah, to be that efficient against that good of a team is really, really impressive.
60 points on 76 possessions. And you're right. How about Brown didn't even play tonight, guys?
No, that surprised me a little bit. But I think that's going to tell you – I don't know if that means that he's not going to play in SEC play, but I do just kind of think that you kind of saw what might be more patterned after when they start playing in the conference and maybe even against some of these other teams before they play a couple bye games.
76 points on 60 possessions as I try to correct myself. Go ahead, Alex.
Well, I was just going to say, speaking of SEC, you know, we talked about not being as strong as they were last year. If you're watching Auburn, you got to think the further this team gets away from Bruce Pearl being in the practice arena and everything, this team's going to they're going to regress more as the season goes along. Like, you're probably seeing the best version over the past couple of weeks that you're going to see. I mean, not to rip Stephen Pearl, but these guys are going to get worse through the season. You got to think that, right?
Look at that little white guard. That dude's going to get worked, man. Who's that little dude out there? He going to get worked, as they say in the Bahamas. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air. It's Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime. Hi. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello.
Yes, go right ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys? First time I've called into one of these things.
Thank you, my friend. What led you to do it?
Yeah, well, I've been listening to you guys for a few years. I'm up here in the Richmond, Virginia area.
Awesome,
and,
dude.
But it's a what is it, Tuesday night in November, man, and I'm fired up. That was a great game. I really wanted to just point out, I know it's been mentioned a few times, but the play of Boswell. And, when I was thinking about the year coming in, there was a lot of talk in the off season about portal recruiting and, we're going to get the McNeely kid that went to Louisville, or we're going to get, the Freeman guy that ended up at Auburn. And I think it was the Rice kid that went to
USC.
Southern Cal. And it's just really neat in the portal era to see a guy that didn't play last year that you can tell worked on his game and just got after it in the off season. And it's really cool to see just a kid that's getting playing time, and you could tell it mattered to him tonight too. Just seeing him play with passion, and you could and I think his teammates really fed off that too. And so I just think it's a cool story in the midst of the portal world to see a kid that probably could have transferred easily and stuck around, worked on his game, and man, he was awesome tonight. And so I know he's been mentioned a lot in the show, but just saying shout out to Boswell. And he's such a Rick Barnes player, like got, gritty on the defensive end, but I think there's some offense in there too. He can get to the hole. Like, I think there's something there. And so I think with him and Abram, I'm not sure if Berg's quite there yet, but I think they got something at the 2-guard position. It's just cool to see a kid stick around and work on his game.
Totally agree with that. I wonder what happens to Berg when he sticks around. And he comes out and plays next year. I wonder what that looks like, because he has multiple seasons. These guys have proven that they can really grow their players. Look at the step, guys, that Akpara has made. That is remarkable. That's a kid that did not want the ball on offense last year, who is a legitimate basketball player now on the offensive end.
He couldn't even look comfortable shooting a layup last year. Now he's shooting threes.
And guys, and he's 2 for 2 in this tournament from 3-point land.
And all he could do was dunk on a lob. That's all you wanted him to do. You didn't want him shooting even a free throw. Nothing.
They've turned him into a legitimate big man in this sport.
No doubt.
55-28 Michigan.
I'm sorry, caller. Yeah. Brian's fascinated with the score.
No, you guys are great. Last point, and this is not a slight at all. It's really cool. I mean, the Carr kid at Baylor's, he's a big time scorer.
Sure.
And he's got a bright future.
Yeah.
But it's cool when you look at those two guys. One guy probably didn't get the playing time in the role he wanted, and one guy left for another opportunity. But one kid stuck it out and obviously worked on his game, and he's going to play a lot of meaningful basketball for Tennessee. He's the kind of guy you build your program around, because Boswell should be here for 2, 3, 4 years. And so it's just going to be fun to watch his game develop. I think there's a leader there. So just wanted to give him a shout out and really appreciate you guys in the show. It's a lot of fun to listen to y'all break it down scientifically.
Scientifically, moving right to left across your device. Thank you, my brother.
Carr scored 27 today, but his team gave up like 97.
Yeah, Carr will love it. He'll get to run around, score a bunch of points. Hey, that Baylor's a nice program. He was never going to be a Rick Barnes basketball player. You got to either get with the program or get the hell out, but don't be a sellout when you're here. It's 57-31 at the half. Michigan is putting a boot to Stephen F. and Pearl's ass as we speak. More after this. Going to get you back momentarily to this exciting, action-packed episode of Garza Law Tennessee Basketball Overtime, presented by my man, Marcos Garza, and your Garza Law firm, online at garzalaw.com. Whatever you need in matters of law, they've got you covered at the Garza Law firm, online at garzalaw.com. Pop over there. They're available 24/7 at garzalaw.com. Also, shout out to our friends at Calhoun's. They are, ladies and gentlemen, the taste of Tennessee. Remember, the Feed the Family for the holidays. Holiday packs are available for you. Special shout out, ladies and gentlemen, to my friends at VIP Play. You bet $20, you get $100 in bonus bets instantly. The promo code and the phrase that pays is TSB. TN Tony. Again, TN Tony. VIP Play live always. 200-plus leagues, numerous bet types, props, options. If you have a bet in mind and you can't find it on your book, check out VIP Play, because everybody gets treated like a VIP over at VIP Play. Gambling problem, 800-889-9789. 21 and over, located in the state of Tennessee to place a bet. Shout out to our friends at Connexial, Knoxville's own transportation logistics tech company. Proud sponsor of the My20 Drive of the Game. What's it gonna be tonight, or have we announced it already? Connexial, your transportation platform as a service, revolutionizing your trucking industry nationwide. The goal is to help your fleet be more efficient, make drivers, make our roads safer, take control of your fleet, improve your safety scores, and make drivers happy. Shout out to Wichita Ken, Kristen, and the whole gang. They will treat you like family, because they are family. KONEXIAL.com. KONEXIAL.com. Speaking of family, the guy that keeps it insured here in the Rainier studio is Josh Collins. Through Erie Insurance, everything from pillar to post in here, our entire setup is insured through Josh Collins and Erie Insurance. You will experience the Collins Insurance difference online at collinsinsurantetn.com. And when it's time for us to go for dose, we don't go for trace, we go for dose. We reach for an ice-cold Dos Equis. Dos Equis Lager Especial, the Golden Pilsner style beer made from the choice of hops. A balanced composition, smooth, clean finish. Party guest, always invited, never overstays his or her welcome. A Golden Pilsner style beer, nuanced blend of malts and earth tones. You got to taste it to believe that. Go for Dos Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York. And a special shout out to my friends at Performance Medicine. How do we keep these hours? How do you do it, Tony? How you're just crazy. I mean, it's nuts. You're working so hard. I don't know about all that, but I'll tell you this right now. My friends at Performance Medicine, you want to take control of your wellness? You want personalized health solutions that'll fit your life? You want an approach to medicine that puts you first? You want comprehensive, proactive solutions empowering you to achieve optimal health on your terms? You want Performance Medicine. Online at performancemedicine.net, and check out their YouTube channel over at Performance Medicine. And now, without further ado, let's get you back to today's edition of Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime. It's utterly outstanding as we welcome you back. I want to thank every sponsor that makes it possible for us to be here. My goal has always been to keep everything that we do free for the people. I've had people tell me, Tony, with your following from behind a paywall, you'd make a lot of money. This ain't about a lot of money. If I wanted to do that, I'd have bricks outside and charge everybody $500, put your name on a brick. I want to do community. I want us to hang out. I want us to cry over the wins. I mean, celebrate the wins. And Negative. He cries over the wins. I want us to celebrate the wins and cry over the losses. Because somebody going to feel this. Feel this. Brian, Matt, Al, do you guys have any thoughts? Let's go. We'll get 3 more calls in, and then we'll get out of here because I got a show to do tomorrow and a blog to work on. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony. I appreciate you started out today with a Dusty Rhodes quote earlier.
Yes.
And, you know, the day's going to be pretty good when you have the American Dream mentioned in anything.
No question.
That just went from my heart when you did the American Dream.
It's one of the great orators of all time, brother. You got Winston Churchill, you got Ronald Reagan, you got Barack Obama, and then you got Dusty Rhodes. And maybe the Macho Man while we're at it. And I'll tell you this, Arn Anderson could cut a promo, too, back in his day. Another great master orator. Shout out to Stuart Blackstock.
Well, the whole WCW back in the 80s and 90s was better than okay, never mind. That's a whole conversation. I got one thing here. A lot of people have been talking about saying, well, that's not the team we're going to face in March level of Houston. I don't know if we're going to be. I think we're going to be better, too. I kind of think it's kind of ironic that a lot of people want to say, well, they're going to get better, as if, the assumption that in that statement says we're as good as we're going to get, but, so we can beat them now. I think Barnes has got a team he can grow to that point.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
One more quick point. Dave is not even the fourth most negative caller on this game tonight. Hey, Matt, have a great evening, guys. Thank you. Keep going.
Thank you, brother. Good talking to you. Let's get our next call in. Hello and welcome. It's Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime. Tomorrow night we're on either after the 7 o'clock or the 9:30 game. Either way, it's going to be some holiday hoops action around here as part of our Thanksgiving together. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, guys? Joshy boys.
Wings.
Guys, I didn't get to watch most of the game tonight because I'm currently at work till 10, but from what I saw, Bishop Boswell had himself a game tonight on the score app.
Really terrific, man. He was really terrific, Josh.
Yeah. And it seemed like he did everything tonight. He scored, he assisted, rebounded, and everything.
Yep. He did everything tonight. He was diving on the floor, things that won't show up in that box score.
Right.
In fact, Brian Hartman, what was your Connexial drive of the game tonight presented by our friends at Connexial?
Well, when Bishop Boswell got the tip in the second half, that helped Tennessee take control of the game.
It was like a tip off the glass, a ball that came back to him, Matt, and he tapped it up from like 9 feet out, Matt Dixon. It was crazy looking. Crazy, Matt.
He doesn't really look like he'd be that athletic, but he really showed something tonight against a team that is ultra athletic.
Matt, be honest with me. Did you know that kid had that in him to make that play?
No, not at all.
Negative.
He's really developed in the strength and conditioning program from last year. He's made a huge jump there.
It was insane. I'm like, who is this? It was him. I went, what?
And Tony, if we get like the little stuff out of Boswell come March, just figure out how tough we're going to be come March if we can get that production out of Bishop Boswell.
I already know this team's going to be very good all year long.
Yeah. But I don't know if anybody said it before. If he can knock down maybe at least like 1 3, 2 threes a game defend, kind of like Humphreys did at Florida.
Yep.
That's all you need out of him, you know?
No doubt about it.
Last thing out the door, what would you guys think? I don't know if anybody's worked with him in the off season with it, but what would you guys think if Felix Okpara developed like a jump shot game?
Thank you, Josh. He's already making 3 balls. He looks a lot more comfortable on offense than he did. We'll get our final call in. A lot of NIL money at stake in this late night game, those of you who are so inclined. The way the tournament works is the first place team gets an extra $1 million. Second place team gets an extra $500K. Third place team gets an extra $300K, and the fourth place team gets an extra $200K. In other words, an $800,000 difference in first and fourth. And that can buy you a low-level starter in the portal. That can buy you a carry, somebody like that. Maybe a couple different players like that. Next year, they've already said with this tournament, Tennessee's going to be in it again next year. The goal is $5 million for the winning program. Supposedly, they're getting a $50 million TV deal for this thing. Matt, is there Saudi oil money behind this thing? Am I missing something? Where are they getting the money? They're playing this thing in front of like 30 people.
Well, it's in Las Vegas. That'd be a good place to start. There's a lot of big buildings out there with a lot of lights.
Are they skimming off the winnings or what?
I don't know. They're doing something right though. Because I think Alex brought it up that it looks like it's a well-run and well-funded event. There doesn't look to be too many shortcuts like we typically see at a lot of these in the smaller gyms.
Man, the poor Maui and poor Atlantis. The poor battle for Atlantis is going to
I think I saw it's going to 32
get lost.
teams next year. So that's got to be like 2 or 3 separate little tournaments, right?
Got to be. I would think.
Jeez.
I mean, how do you – this thing right now is hard to track unless they put them together in like a maybe they put them in like a pod system and then they play it off from there. I hear it's going to last like 3 weeks next year. That's the goal. That's what That's what Golpe was saying today, who was on with us breaking it down scientifically. Golpe said today on the air, Alex, I don't know if you heard this, but he said that Houston's Kelvin Sampson is so hardcore that when he was at Indiana, he went up there and visited a practice with him, okay? You with me so far, Alex?
Yeah.
He said every person, including the SID, had to take a charge during that practice. If you were an assistant coach, you had to take a charge. If you were a trainer, you had to take a charge. If you were a team doctor, anybody that was on the floor that day took a charge.
Boy, Danny White would like to witness that practice with all the charges.
God! Well played. As we go back to our phones on a really, really great Tuesday night, I'm Jack. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
So, next year, that's just going to be 32 teams. That's going to be 2.5 weeks. They'll have full play for a week, and then they'll go into having a bracket the last week of it.
4 8-team tournaments, right, is what they're doing?
Yes.
Full play?
Yeah, something like that.
Like a pod system thing?
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I'm being dead serious. Yes, there is Saudi money in this. The two co-founders of this are heavily do business with a private equity firm, which like 90% of their business comes from the United Arab Emirates. Yeah, it's legit Saudi oil money. I'm being serious. Like,
oh, hey, listen, if Danny White could get $500,000 per brick for, you think he would?
Yeah. I mean, that's where we're at. I mean, this is like, I know it's a good event and the competition's good, but this is like the dictionary example of everything is all about the money. That's what this tournament is.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
But aside from that, the game was freaking awesome, man. Like, I mean, the product in college basketball has gotten so good. Man, had these two teams played like even 4 or 5 years ago, the final score is like 57-51 with the way those two teams would have played then. It was still really good defense, but the game still flowed. Like, you still had good offense. And that's really typical of all college basketball now. So it's such a good product now.
And you know what they've done, too? They've taken all these stupid-ass challenges out of the game, which makes the game go better. The officials are letting the kids play, which happened last week, or which happened tonight. You saw those officials, for the most part, stay out of the way tonight. I really like where college basketball is right now. They've done a nice job with it. They've gotten that block charge nonsense out of the sport. I agree with you, man.
Yep.
You guys hear what Rick Pitino said the other day? I mean, you think he's pumping, or you think he really believes that? I know it kind of goes along with what you guys are talking about.
What'd he say?
Talking about how this is the most talent. I think he said something along the lines, Rusty, you may remember it better than I.
It's
something along the lines that this is the
Rusty.
most talented college basketball has ever been.
Not Rusty. This is Lee.
Lee.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
No,
but I think it's because guys are sticking around longer with NIL and stuff, and I kind of wonder if maybe he's right.
Guys are older,
you had the fewest number of guys leave early to go into the draft this year because of NIL. Plus, you've had an influx of like European professional players come over and are in college basketball now. That has a lot to do with it as well. Yeah, it's ridiculously talented. Like,
you've got the Bird kid. Tennessee's got one of those themselves with the kid from Israel. So that has professional experience, and they can get eligibility.
Yeah, but no, you're talking about the refs. Like, one thing about this year, the free throw. We've been very fortunate because we don't foul. Free throw rates are like gone way up in college basketball. That's why scoring's gone up for one of the reasons. We don't foul. Which is pretty ridiculous considering we're like number 3 in like 2-point field goal percentage defense. As elite a defense as we play, and we don't put people on the line, and that's such a big deal. Like that, we're not putting we're not putting teams in the bonus with like 10 minutes to go. You pull up any random college basketball box score, look at the number of free throws that are being shot, and we don't. In our games, there's not that many because we don't foul. And I think that's a massive, massive deal.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I'll tell you what, man. For the Hoops that game tonight had everything you wanted, man. everything, and it was played at an ultra high level, Lee. Both teams.
Oh my God, yeah, it's so good. I mean, like I said, the Flemings kid. I've been saying for 2 weeks he's the best freshman in the country. Like, I couldn't even get mad watching that kid play. I just enjoy watching him play. But even Gillespie, like both of them going at it. I mean, I thought Carey was a monster tonight. Like, again, like the limited minutes he's getting, he's making the most out of them. His production's through the roof. Like, compare that to the options that we had last year when you had a first-year Felix Akpara and Phillips. And there were games Phillips couldn't function in, but you had no choice but to leave him in. And now we've got options down low. Like, this is a really versatile roster that can beat you a lot of different ways, you know, and they're going to continue to get better. But, yeah, and somebody said Houston wasn't that good. Like, my God, like, Houston, this is really freaking good, man. Like, I don't know how you watched that and didn't enjoy it. I'm not sure, but yeah, man, that was super fun. Unfortunately, I'm afraid Gonzaga might end up running them off the court, running Maryland off the court tonight. But I think we'll beat the piss out of Kansas if we play them. But I'd love to be able to get my hands on that Michigan or Gonzaga team. But anyway, it was fun, boys. I appreciate you doing it. I know you want to jump off, man.
Thank you, brother. Yep. You read my mind, Gordon Lightfoot. Guys, any final thoughts here on the way out? I want to go work on the blog. And Ethan VU, another super chat, says if that tournament's 3 weeks next year, the winner of the tournament would almost have to take a conference schedule off. You'd have so many quad one wins. I will tell you this. I'm being told that, and this is the truth, teams that make the top 4 out of that quad system in this thing next year will have to buy out some scheduled home games. For example, Tennessee already has Tennessee State and Gardner-Webb lined up next year. Don't ask me how I know that. We just know that. If they make the Final Four of that tournament, this tournament we're watching next year, they will pay Gardner-Webb and Tennessee State not to play. And those teams will gladly take their checks not to come up here. And I want to say, Alex, for the record, that I will miss Tennessee State because they brought a lot to the table this year in Thompson Bowling Arena. That'll never be forgotten by the living fan the other night, Alex.
Yeah, that was one of the more brutal post games. That was so hard to watch.
Oh
and neither team, no one gets anything out of that.
No.
The toll booth, I guess, at the parking garage. I mean, it's an insult to the word competition.
Yeah. So, what are we thinking here, boys? What are we thinking? Matt, give me a final thought. You've been incredible.
Well, just an incredible game and an incredible performance by Tennessee to get a win over a really good team. That's a win that's going to have lasting effects come March. And I think Tennessee's going to play that 7:00 game against Kansas tomorrow, and the Vols are going to roll them.
Yep.
With Ament going off after the struggles tonight, I think he'll go off tomorrow.
One of the great follows on Twitter, Laura loves, is Bill Self's. What is it? It's Bill Self's rug. I think that's what it is. Tweeting from the perspective of Bill Self, who's got one of the best rugs in the business.
Best toupees of all time.
Matt, do you believe I could rock a toupee? Could I pull it off? Should I think about it? Should I think
probably
about
not. No.
Or do I look okay bald?
No, you look great bald. You look great.
Trying to crack on me. All right.
I bet you Maryland wishes they could go get Jacoby Gillespie for this game.
Hey, Brian, what's the score of that Michigan game again? Are they back from halftime?
Yeah, they're back from halftime. It's 59-35.
He's trying to crack on you. Brian, give me a final thought here, then Al will go.
Yeah, I just wish Maryland's probably going to wish they could have Jacoby Gillespie back for this game tonight because it looks like they're really going to struggle against Gonzaga. And I'd be just fine if they'd played Kansas and went 3-0 in Vegas. As far as I'm concerned, that's a title in itself to go 3-0 in one of these showcase events when you're playing teams like this.
You know, Alan just gave me a great idea. It's going to be cooler on Friday. Now, I'll be at Calhoun's. It's inside. I want to invite you to come on down if you're out and about. Come see us down at Calhoun's on the river on Friday. I might rock my toupee that I have. I do have a toupee in the studio annex that somebody brought over here one night, like a little rug.
You need to bring that neck brace that you had with
my neck
Petrino.
And my neck brace. Alex, thank you. And Alex, thanks for filling in. And Brian, thank you for filling in. Go ahead.
No, just kind of what we've talked about all night, just a really, I don't want to say surprising, but to an extent, a little bit surprising how quickly this team has gelled. And I think, like you mentioned multiple times, so hats off to this coaching staff for doing that. Rick Barnes, typically kind of a knock on him is his teams play so well early in the season that you almost wish they could take a little longer to develop. And this year we thought that would be the case, but they've just done an incredible job so far, and just a great win that like Matt said, it's going to age well. They're going to do well in their conference, and this will do well. And I've just really enjoyed this conference, not only Tennessee's games, but glad to have one more tomorrow. It's like I said, it's not often this early in the season that you're getting this quality of matchups, and I'm just glad to be able to witness it.
Hey, Al. If we play in that championship game tomorrow night, I want you back in this room. I don't want to hear about your damn smoking a turkey at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's some freaking beta nonsense.
I'll tell you what.
If we win, Al, I want you in
by
here.
Boswell diving on the floor. I'll lose some sleep. I'll be on here tomorrow if we make it, Tony.
And by the way, I saw where it was somewhere. They were showing on television. They had a fireman in a full suit. I think it was over in the Gibbs community today. And they must have had this turkey fryer thing, Matt, turned up to like 1,000,000 degrees because he drops the thing in and it went off like a bomb. I mean, I don't know what point they were trying to make, but nobody's going to eat their thing. Did you guys see that on the news tonight, or am I the only one that saw that?
I missed that.
I never watched the news, so you're probably the only one that saw it.
Hey, the good news for Maryland, they kind of traded Gillespie for Buzz Williams, and so while they'll miss Gillespie's offense, they'll pick up an extra defender on the court with Buzz out there.
What a great – Alex, you're hot tonight, man. Till we meet again, for all those behind the scenes, remember, and this is my final thought on the blog tomorrow, but I do want you to remember this at this season of Thanksgiving. Because it's Thanksgiving, and what we're doing is you're giving to Danny White, and he might say thanks during Thanksgiving. And this is the final thought on the way out. First of all, I want to thank both these teams tonight for respecting college basketball. That was an incredible game. It was incredible fun. It was great being with you for the last hour and a half. I got to get up here and finish the blog, but here's what I have for you tomorrow. If you sign up before February 13 of 2026, what a great Valentine's gift that'd be for your honey. A brick. Honey, I got you a fake brick. Tennessee is promising that your brick will be in place for the beginning of the 2026 season. Only $500 for a brick. I want Danny White to draft Butch Jones to come back and kick off the Brick by Brick 2 campaign. Put both guys down there at gate 10 with hard hats and a trough and the full 9. Do you think Danny White's ever done a piece of manual labor in his NWO for life? You think the guy's ever swung a hammer, cut the grass, used a shovel? Literally everything is for sale at Tennessee these days. Not my heart. My heart's not for sale. I'm a volunteer to the core. And I love seeing my basketball Vols on top of the world. Standing on top of the world. You guys have a great night. Love you. Mean it. Appreciate you. Peace. Who says love you, mean it? There's a caller that says that. Peace. Love you. GBO. Thank you, Marcos Garza, the Garza Law Firm. All our great, wonderful sponsors as well. Peace. And we'll be back with you tomorrow during the day, and then tomorrow night, maybe same time, same bat channel. Thank you. And that was crazy. All right. Those of you who missed any portion, let's run this thing back. I want to thank the cast and crew. They were great tonight. Oh, man. I need to get upstairs and get some work done. And get some sweep. Time for me to get some sweep. Let's see here. Time for some sweep. That was a lot of fun tonight, y'all. Run that thing back. There we are. Okay, let's see here. Mobbed on the floor right now, ladies and gentlemen. It is Garza Law. Tennessee basketball overtime presented by Marcos Garza and your Garza Law firm. Online at garzalaw.com. Tony Basilio reporting in the Rainier studio. Gillespie with 22 on the night. And I just got to tell you right now, for somebody that loves college basketball and anybody that loves the sport, loves college basketball, and anybody that loves the sport has to appreciate how these two teams play. And I just want to personally thank both of them. The Vols win 76-73, a game Houston easily could have won. I mean, that was top-notch college basketball right there. Absolutely top-notch college basketball right there. Two teams that completely respect the game. Two teams that play so hard. Tennessee belongs on that stage with these guys. They went in the offseason and made some changes to their roster so that they could function in a game like this. And they've got a pretty nice crowd out there in Vegas, too. And C is among them. But that is just a terrific result. Just an absolutely fantastic college basketball game. Everybody gets 30 seconds to respond, then we go to the phones. Alex Myers, your voice hasn't been heard in a while on here. What'd you think of that game, buddy?
Just a Christmas gift for college basketball fans. Win or lose, that game's going to help you. And just truly, really, really impressed with how Tennessee functioned in that ball game. Gillespie and Amen. I know Amen didn't have a great statistical night, but a lot of newcomers that you didn't really know how they would play, not only in a high-level matchup, but in one so physical. And I just come away really impressed with how Tennessee responded to that physicality. And I think you know that this team had the potential, but after a little bit of a slow start, you knew it would be a work in progress. To see them playing at that level this early, that's got to make you feel really good.
That's a hell of a coaching job to get those guys to that point in 5 weeks. And people wondering what the Crip games are for, that's what the Crip games are for.